Hello, SAC fans. I'm Patrick Britz, and here is your SAC Daily Dose for Friday, February 23rd, 2018. Happy Friday to everyone, and here's what's happening today. We will start off by going over the final regional rankings for men's and women's basketball that were released on Wednesday. The South Atlantic Conference earned 3 of the top 5 spots in the NCAA Southeast Region men's basketball poll. LMU earned the number 1 spot, followed by Queens at number 2, and Carson-Newman checks in at number 5. On the women's side, 4 SAC teams were ranked in the poll, Southeast Region poll, Carson-Newman earned the top spot. Wingate is number 2, Anderson number 8, and Tusculum comes in at number 10. Some of our spring sports are also nationally ranked early in the season, and we will start with baseball, where Wingate checks in at number 16 in the ABCA Top 25, and LMU is receiving votes. In women's tennis, Wingate is number 20 and Tusculum number 21 in the most recent ITA Top 25. On the men's side in tennis, Wingate sneaks in at number 24. In softball, Lenoir-Rhyne jumped 11 spots from last week and is currently number 14 in the NFCA coaches poll, and Carson-Newman is tied for number 25. In men's lacrosse, Lenoir-Rhyne continues to climb and is number 3 in the latest USILA coaches poll, while Wingate checks in at number 16. Some good representation by the SAC in the spring national polls. Continuing in men's and women's basketball, 8 SAC student-athletes were named to the 2017-2018 CoSIDA Academic All-District Team. Included in the list of selections were a pair of repeat winners, Nathan Lemke of Coker and James Stepp of Newberry. Both players were also Academic All-District selections last year. To see the full list of players selected for the All-District teams, please visit thesac.com. As we head into the weekend, we also head into some great competition. Conference play begins in baseball today, and 3-time defending regular season champion Catawba hosts Coker, while Pilot Flying J SAC tournament champions from 2017 LMU travels to nationally ranked Wingate to open up league play. Lacrosse, softball, and tennis are all in full swing and will be competing this weekend as well, and I'm sure there are some last-chance indoor track meets that our student-athletes will be competing in to try and qualify for the NCAA national meet. Tomorrow is the final day for basketball regular season, and the teams are preparing for that and getting ready for next week's conference tournament. The men's and women's doubleheader between Lincoln Memorial University and Queens University of Charlotte will be the NCAA Division II showcase matchup, and both games will be video streamed live on ESPN3. Speaking of basketball, we have 2 potential ties on the men's side that would require a coin toss to break them. So we are going to go ahead and do those coin tosses right now, so tomorrow when we release the bracket, we will know. So let's go ahead and do it. The first one is LMU and Queens. LMU is currently 19-0. Queens is 18-1. If Queens wins tomorrow, both teams will be 19-1, and because they've split and they have the same record against every other team, they will have to have the tie broken by a coin toss. So we're going to go ahead and do that. In this scenario, LMU is going to be heads and Queens will be tails. And we're going to use my handy-dandy app on my phone here, and we'll go ahead and do it. And it is heads. So in the event Queens wins, LMU will be the number 1 seed based on the coin toss. Okay, the next tie is potential tie, is between Lenoir-Rhyne and Anderson. Those 2 teams split during the regular season. Lenoir-Rhyne is done. They are currently 9-11, and Anderson hosts Coker tomorrow. So if Anderson, who is currently 8-11, wins, they will both be 9-11, and amazingly, they split their head-to-head games, and they have the same record against every other team in the league. So the only way to break that one would also be a coin toss. And in this scenario, Lenoir-Rhyne will be heads. So we will go ahead and do that coin toss. and it is heads. So in the event that tie does take place and it's just a two-way tie, Lenore-Rhine would be the higher seed. So that's it for those. We will announce those tomorrow during the bracket release videos that we will produce at the end of both men's and women's games. And now for everyone's favorite part of the show, the famous sports quote. In Olympic fashion, although it's Summer Olympic fashion with this one, we have a quote from the legendary Michael Phelps. If you want to be the best, you have to do things that other people aren't willing to do. Some great advice for all of our teams training hard right now. That'll wrap things up today. As always, you can find links to all these stories in the description below and on our homepage at thesac.com. Make sure you give us a thumbs up by liking the video. Please share it with your friends and family. Also, make sure to click that subscribe button so you can be notified when we put new videos up. That's going to do it for us this week. Be sure to join us again for the next installment of the SAC Daily Dose on Monday, February 26th. Have a great weekend, everyone.